What's up everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to show you all of the progress that we've been making on the four-door Skyline. It's getting really close to being complete. We're excited to get that wrapped up and start the build on the two-door Skyline because Dyno Day is really not that far away, about 3 months from now, as soon as winter decides to stop doing winter things. I'm not really a winter fan, I just want to drive again, but at any rate. In the last video, we talked about a Mustang that Jay's been doing some wiring on, and we wanted to show that car to you today. Yes, in the last video I said I'm not really a Mustang fan. However, this is a very special car and we wanted to show you why. Before we get into the cars, I did get internet here at the garage. I had an older TV in here, so I needed to get a new TV set up to be able to stream stuff. So check this out. All right, so let's head over to Integrity Import Service and take a look at that Mustang. You may look at this car and wonder what makes it so special. There are so many different things that can make a car special. For some, it's exotic looks and rarity. For others, it's having enough power to melt the pavement beneath it or reach incredible speeds. This car doesn't really have any of those things. But what it does have is a legacy. This car's been in this gentleman's family for decades. It's become a multi-generational restoration project with his father, himself, and even his son. And for the first time in 15 years, this car breathes life. It's running, it's alive. It was so cool for Jay to be a part of this project. He installed a fuel injection system, built an exhaust, and various other things to bring this car back to life. Watching the owner's face as he fired it up for the first time in 15 years was priceless. We were so excited to see what he does with this car and see it back on the road again, continuing its legacy. So that, my friends, is what makes this car special. Not speed, not looks, but a rich history.
Hi, I'm Jay Barrow. I built this Mustang for a customer of mine. He actually reached out to me about 3 months ago, something like that, and asked me if I'd be interested in helping fix his Mustang that he started restoring with his dad a couple of years ago. So it's a 1966 Mustang. It's the notchback, it's got the trunk, and basically it has a 302 with 289 heads in it and a carburetor, and that's about as far as they got. And that was about 15 years ago. So this has been sitting, not running in their garage for a very long time. It's something that him and his son have played around with and did some work on, but they just kind of wanted to get it to the point where it actually ran. So we talked about it and we put an EFI system in there from Metalbrock, and I built an exhaust. Put a drive shaft in and just kind of went through and did all the wiring, got the dash all wired up, and got to the point where it's ready to go to paint and body shop, because this obviously needs quite a little bit more work, but it's a really cool project because it's his dad's car and it's something he's worked on with his son, and I got to have him fire it up the other day. Ready? There it goes.
All right, we're back from Integrity. I hope you enjoyed checking out that Mustang with us. It's a lot of fun to check out cars that have a really cool history like that. So now, let's check out what we've been doing to the four-door.
So gratifying. The Captain Morgan pose, isn't it? Pretty close.
back to Arts and Crafts with Jay, part 2.
Power steering reservoir this time.
Starting at the back, we got the fuel pump in the car and the fuel pump relay. This one did not have the fuel pump relay already, so we got that done. The fuel injectors are now in the car. These are 850s on a radium fuel rail, and Jay had to make the harness for that. But with that, the fuel system's complete and the wiring's all complete. So now all of this wiring will get wrapped up. We were waiting to wrap all the wiring until everything was complete. Now the only things left to wire in are the gauges, which are on the way from Japan, some DEFI gauges, the wideband, and the leak ECU. So for the most part, all of the wiring is done. This is actually the first time that these tires have been on the ground in months, like 3 months, which is, it's cool to see it back on the ground again. We put it down because one of the things that we were doing is starting the power steering reservoir, and the angles were kind of funny with the car on ramps, so we set it back down. So Jay started mocking this up, made the bracket for it, and he'll build it off the bracket. But a lot of these angles will get changed, but that's generally where the power steering reservoir will sit. The intake pipe is done, looking pretty spicy in there with all the red clamps and black couplers. And another thing that got finished was the intercooler piping. Jay was able to reuse a lot of the Greddy piping to adapt it to this new setup. I ordered the wrong size black couplers, so these couplers are off right now, but we'll get that fixed soon. And then here's the other side. Got the HKS blow-off valve in there. There wasn't really room for it to sit inside the engine bay here, so it'll live inside the fender there, but it looks good. Jay also made a bracket for the throttle cable, which was really cool. It's actually from 2 different brackets. Unfortunately, because of the sharp angle of this throttle cable, we can't use that throttle cable. So we get to make another bracket. A lot of people say with these Greddy manifolds to use S14 throttle cables. So I have an S14 throttle cable right here. So we'll get that put on, make a new bracket for that. The last of the black belts came in. For some reason, that one was really hard to find. The link ECU is here, so we'll get the ECU put in, and got some material from Vibrant to build the downpipe, and some flex pipe in there to join it up with the rest of the exhaust, some V-bands, ready to rock. The center caps came in for the work emotions on the 4-door, and they look amazing.
Oh, it's zip time too. Of course it is. It doesn't. That's not being socked too. What is this nonsense?
What we thought was a glove is a sock.
Oh, the wire that didn't have an end on it? It was right there. I wonder if that's why this car's running shitty.
This is just a giant ground junction.
Yeah.
Why would they insulate it when the whole chassis is ground?
I don't know.
Why are they trying to keep it from arcing to itself?
I just don't know. They had the sock, they had to put it somewhere.
So pretty soon we're gonna start on the 2-door. I did decide to run stock cams in that car. The RB25s have a variable intake cam. They like to build torque really early, and everything else that I'm putting on that car is built for response. So I feel like adding a cam that would increase the response is just a recipe for bending rods. But we are gonna pull the head on that really soon. We'll get the head machined, do a new head gasket, new valve stem seals, that kind of thing. She'll be mint. Thanks for tuning in today. We really appreciate it. Don't forget to hit subscribe. We'll see you in the next one.